101 Society is a web-based project for maintaining and managing societies. For any new society, it has to be registered in the portal. In the portal, for initial registration, society name, registration number, address line, and then city. These are some of the mandatory fields which are marked in asterisks. So your phone number, email and initial password is required. Once it is registered in the portal, a mail goes to the administrator asking for the approval, and once the admin approves, the member can log in. The initial person who has registered can log in. There are certain steps which need to be followed to make sure that society details are updated, like owners, flats, maintenance, accounting, bank details, to make sure that you make the full use of the portal. So for demo purpose, I'm just showing you the demo of the society who logged in as an demo society administrator. When the person logs in, if you see the society details which was registered, since this is a demo society, the details are not correct. Okay. The first thing was society has multiple blocks and those are defined here. Once the blocks are defined, in the blocks you have the option of how many floors each and every society building have, and whether it has basement or not. Once you define the block, you have to define for each and every floor how many number of flats are there in that particular floor. So if I go and check for a simple flat in the demo society, how many floors for B wing you have? On second floor there are 3 floors, right? After that, once the floor is defined, we define the floor of the societies. That means each and every floor has how many flats. So what are the name of the flat? What is the square foot of the flat? What is the classification of the flats? Once that is done, the list of flats which are available appear in the list. There are some red and green color marker. When you see the green color, that means the flat 202 has all the owner details. As you can see here, we have given the name, phone number, email ID, how from when to when the flat was registered, what is the status of the flat, right? What is the maintenance rate which he is eligible for, whether the payment option is quarterly, monthly, half yearly or yearly. So all those details are there. If you see the record which was in red color, that means the flat don't have the owner details yet. So that's how the first part, which is the assignment of all the flats, are defined. There are system configurations like what is the build-up area of the society, how many flats or what type of flats are available, what are the status of the flat, what are the different types of tenant, staff, vendor type. So these are the configuration items where we defined whether the society wants to have the tenant login available or not. If there is a flat on rent or sale which is being posted by the owner, whether a notification should go for that or not, whether the complaint and suggestion should be CC to the admin or not. So these are some of the features how we are defining the societies. The second option is members, the flat owners, where we define all the different types of flats. So this screen shows the owner summary, the one which we have defined previously. It has an Excel up download. The person can download the Excel and will get all the flat owner details of the flat owners. So let's wait. See, so in the owner details, you have all the flat owner details available with the email ID, phone number, status, what is the monthly payment option. The nomination is from the society perspective. So whoever the flat owner wants to nominate can clearly fill up the certification, that is a share certification number, and from which date that it is, shares from and to, who is the nominee. All those details are being filled up, and then once it is done, it appears as a standard format. So if I open this, so society can maintain their nomination details in the software itself. Okay, it has all the details in that form. The person can signature and submit if required. There are multiple types of NOCs which can be defined. If we are giving the flat on rent, so owner can apply for a new NOC. So he can request for a tenant occupancy NOCs. Once he requests for the NOCs, since I'm an admin here, I can define on behalf of others. I can request that. So once I put that, it gives me the details. I can put up the tenant name who is going to take my house on rent here. So I can just say Praveen, and then I can have give his phone number and email ID. So Praveen@Melin. Okay. And then it will ask me for the documents of the tenants, the ID proof, police verification, and the agreement with some remarks. Once I apply that, right, in SMS and email will go to the society approver. So those are the one who are going to approve. Based on the document, once they approve, a tenant is created in the system and a mail goes to the tenant that your NOC is approved. So the person gets a document like this with all the society rules which are defined by the society. That mail can be shown or SMS can be shown at the gate. In the tenant, just like we have an entry NOC, you can have an exit NOC also. Just like owners, we have the Excel download of the tenant. All those tenants are there in the past, are being managed in the history. Any new tenant, once we apply for NOC, it comes here and it is auto created with all those details. these are the staff section which is being required in the accounting for salary purpose, or you can keep it as an staff purpose also. For any new staff or an existing staff, you can always define that what is the email, phone number, whether he has submitted the details, vehicle number, from when he has joined. The committee member shows the current committee members of the society, like who are the chairman, secretary. For NOC approval, the person has to be either admin or he has to be a committee member. Vendor summary page. This is required for accounting. A person can be a debtor or a creditor. So based on debtor or creditor, you can always do the checkbox checked. Once you create the debtor and creditor, this will be added in the accounting section. So that's about the user ID. If you see the user ID, any owner who is created is a user and he has number of flats which has access. Once a person is out of the society, that means he has sold his flat, his ID becomes inactive. You can define some of the, so like this one, like I can go and see who has which particular society flat access. So I can see he has A201 access. That's all about the user definition, flat owners, tenants, staff, vendor summary, and societies. In the next section, we will learn about the communication and then followed by maintenance and accounting. Thank you.